Good morning, or wherever you are. It might be morning, it might not be. Got a couple updates on the Dragon's Head. So we've inserted some campfires underneath the nostrils, so it's got a little bit of a smoker action going there. And then I've also put in a couple of the chorus plants up at the top to start making the antlers, the horns, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure that those are necessarily the shape that I like there. I figure I'll let those grow out and then we'll get the fruits and then we'll be able to plant more of them. I've got spots there for 4 because that's what's on the top of the dragon's head in the texture pack. So once Shifty's able to get online, maybe he'll have an idea. I'm sure that you just place some blocks and it'll grow around the blocks, kind of a deal. So, but we'll see what he's got an idea for that. I've got the back side of this hooked up, so you can step on one of these pressure plates and it'll open. It's supposed to close behind you. There it goes. Maybe. Okay, so let's see here. I've got 8 comparators down here. I was gonna set up like an etho hopper clock, but that just was gonna be a little silly to do that. So I decided to just use a comparator burnout clock. Now we're gonna have to start working on the other side. So I want this to be a keyed in experience, right? So I want it to be that you're going to end up he's too funny. Anyways, so I want this to be this keyed in experience, and I also want to be able to, if they try to put in the wrong key, I want them to put back stuff, so, or to get their stuff back. So I'm going to put a dispenser there, and then basically just going to have a hopper line that feeds around in of itself here, and then we'll get our red carpets back, and then carpet this all back up. So then now what you can do is you can drop your key in. Let me get one one circuit done at a time, you know. So, because I think what we'll end up doing is we'll just use a little observer clock so that anytime something's in the dispenser, it'll just shoot it back out. And then we will have to make an item filter on this one right here, because wherever it ends up dropping, it has to be able to go around the path, right? So we will go here, here, here into the item filter. If it matches and it drops into the item filter, it'll put a signal into this line, which will then come around here and open the door. Okay, I did it. I got the key card action working now. So if we look here, we've got 2 guys hanging around. Not sure exactly what's going on there, but anyway, so right now it's just going to be this blue wool, but you toss one blue wool in, and the door will open. So that is so cool. It's open for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 seconds. Oh snap! Creeper! Creeper! Okay, good. God, I'd be so upset if a creeper just blew up all this circuitry. So if we take a look over here, what we've got going on is just a couple of hoppers that go into a dispenser right there. So the dispenser has this is a comparator right here above this glass, leads into this block, powers this piston, moving these observers to make an observer clock. So if you put not a proper key into it, it will just shoot you back your key so you don't lose whatever object you're trying to get in with. So then this is your basic item filter. So the 2 hoppers lead into the one. So what you do is you've got 4 sort items. You want to rename those so that nobody screws up your sorting system. So right now this is just keyed into blue wool, just simple and easy. I'm going to figure out something else different in the future. It's probably going to be, I don't know, like a lapis block or something fancy, something with some panache. So this design, I think this is Navy Nexus's design. I'll double check that and I'll link that in the video if it is. So the comparator reads the hopper going into this block, going into this glass block, dust. Oh, there's dust on top of this one as well. Torch, repeater, into this hopper, unlocking it. So then this line, when it activates, will turn off this block, activating this torch, going into this mini comparator burnout clock, reading into this much larger comparator burnout clock, which will be connected up to the exit, and then that reads into this other block, deactivating this red torch, deactivating all of this, retracting all the pistons, and then once the burnout clock has finished burning out, it will deactivate, reactivating that, extending the pistons. Okay, so let's take a peek at how this works. So in this piston, or in this hopper here, let's put one blue wool. You see how that toggled there. That's got that. This has descended. That's about to burn out. That burns out, and that extends back up. And the dragon ate a Luna. So that's always fun. So I guess he tried to get in. So if you want to see it from this side, you toss in the one, it opens, you come back through, you're in through, and then it will close again. So before I had 3 gold pressure plates here. The gold pressure plates do not really work well for this kind of action because the gold pressure plate only creates a redstone signal of 1. So making it very difficult for all of this to function. It was not properly lighting up this comparator clock. So I'm going to figure out something else to do instead of having a gold pressure plate system. I'm thinking that over here I'll create... Ooh, man, I am missing everything. I'm going to make a little like wall or something right here, and then on this wall we'll have a button, and you'll press the button in order to get out. So, but I figure I will do that later. I'll get that kind of situated a little bit more once I have the building more built out. So I think at this point I'm leaving the dragon's head for the moment, and I'm going to start working on the regular casino entrance, which will be coming from this diagonal here. So for the building, I kind of want to do something fancy where, now let me grab something from my redstone box. Well, here we are, working on the doors still. So I think I've got the system in place for how these 2 doors are going to work. So right now I've got the pressure plate, and if you watch, they'll be open for a couple seconds and then they'll close again. So you can go through, walk along, and they'll close behind you. Sweet. So let's look at the circuitry here. So it's just a simple redstone powering this one, going up the block. This block is powering this one. This redstone dust is powering that one. Alright, simple enough. When we look down here, this is fairly simple. I mean, it looks complicated, but it really isn't. The gold pressure plates only create a redstone signal of 1, so those feed into 2 repeaters going off, 1 for each side of the door. And you obviously have to repeat this one over here to go into the two sides. So the other thing that's going on here is in order to keep it open for a couple of seconds, we've got just a small 2 comparator burnout clock. So that ends up keeping it open long enough to get through. So let me close up almost all of the holes. I want to leave that one there just in case we have to go back down there. Now the flooring for this space will end up being something else. Obviously we're going to be putting blocks kind of there. Let me see, what else do I have? These are temporary blocks. So the space you'll end up seeing is like that. So, you know, part of me thinks that we might have to make this a double piston extender just so that we've got more space, because that does seem a little claustrophobic, doesn't it? That was kind of fun. Let me keep this open. Okay, so let's pretend like we've come down the path and we're gonna go through here. So opens. You know, that's actually not too bad at all. I mean, if we make this double extenders, that's gonna get big and messy. So let's not do that. Let's just keep it simple. This is the regular casino entrance, the regular people. They don't need to have the fancy door. We've got the fancy door over here. So let me tell you, this fancy door is quite fancy. I mean, look at those horns. They're growing. I love it. Still don't have the way to get out yet. Want to build up this building. I think we're going to use either a combination of light gray concrete and oh my god, there's a Dex. Oh yeah, he needed some glowstone. Let me grab him some glowstone real fast. All right, I guess he wants me to follow him, so let's follow. Well, this looks quite fancy. Little little whale, a whale of a shop. Whale of a shop for a whaling good time. Okay, I think we're gonna leave the episode here. We've got our second door for the regular side. It works. The pressure plates function, opens the door, closes it up. We just need to probably start laying out where the actual building is going to go. I mean, we got a couple of things that we need to have in here, like we need to have a cashier's cage. I figure that's going to be at the back of the place, and we'll have it so that it extends across both the high roller and the regular side. Then we need to have a couple of different little mini games here in the regular side, where you need to have a couple of games on the big side. So I think on the big side we'll do the big slot machine where you can win a couple diamond blocks or something like that. On the little side we'll just have like individual, you win, you don't win, not necessarily three slot machine type deals, where it's got three things that spin up and down. So the other item that some people have wanted is that they want some kind of a racetrack. Other members of the realm have all started gathering horses and trying to figure out who's got the best horse so that we can have a racetrack thing where people can bet on on their different horses. I think that'd be great. So I think I'm going to make that part of the high roller experience and put that over there. The other thing I'd like to do with the racetrack, have like a dog racing kind of a thing, like a greyhound racing. And the way that they do greyhound racing is that they have a rabbit or a fake rabbit going around on a track. So I've thought about it. I pulled it up into a testing world and it works. You can use a skeleton in a minecart, and then the dogs will chase the skeleton in a minecart around, and the dog that kills the skeleton will win. So we'll think about setting that up over here. Not positive yet, but we'll plan. I think we're gonna plan on that being over here, so that'll be an extension off of the higher roller zone. If you've enjoyed this content, you like the Dragon Door, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. It helps the channel grow and helps me bring more of this content out to the people like you. Anyways, see you next time.